Do you remember little Charlie Gard, the baby in the UK whose parents went to court to try to keep him alive because the hospital had decided there was no more hope for him, and they wanted to essentially pull the plug. I think there's a big legacy about this case, a legacy that we have not sufficiently recognized. Babies die every day, and baby dies in conditions that are painful and unfair. But somehow the case of this little boy who had a terminal disease that was not treatable, has issues that can speak to us directly. And besides, it was a case that was so publicized that it makes us a little more familiar with the issues. But because it was so publicized, it drew upon our emotions, and we reacted in such an emotional way that it does mar our ability to think about it, to extract the true message. I think the true message has to do with our understanding of life and living. Of course, you know, the two often go together. I mean, think of someone like me. If I had a malignant brain tumor of a particular kind, and I decided as a result that I didn't want treatment, I wanted to end my life, I would have a great deal of difficulty finding people who would agree to this, or even laws. And there are some states where this would not be possible at all. I would have a great deal of difficulty. And I feel very strongly that I do not want to live if I am impaired in certain ways. If I cannot use my mind, there's no point my being around. But with this baby, that was different. The hospital decided, no, the time has come. We need to end his life. So there are a lot of issues that come from this. Do we have a system that is one for baby and one for adults? Well, I think it has to do with our understanding of life and living and death. A lot of issues that most of us do not think about very often. And very few people do, ethicists, certain kind of medical professionals, but most of us don't, and we need to. Now, we're supposed to have a healthcare directive, and we have to think about it in some way to be able to answer the questions. But if you have looked at the questions on the healthcare directive, you can get away with thinking about it in very superficial ways. So let's honor Charlie Gard. Let's honor his legacy by thinking in deeper, wider ways about what life is, what living is. And by doing it for ourselves, hopefully we can contribute to doing it for the societies and coming up with laws that are more reflective of the choices that would be wiser for everybody, and choices that would not be based on emotions or on religious dicta, for that matter, for those of us who are guided by higher principles. So thank you for listening. I'm Danielle Levy.